salutations to my Padrino, to my Padrino, to my Oba. This is my day of power. I've been at it profusely on today, trying to get all the workings done when it comes to my parasite cleanse and parasite killer. I want to say first of all, thank you so much for your continual support of Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. If you do not know, my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of this live, especially for melanated people. What's up, Mama Susan in the house first? And then I got my Boaz in the house, my Pisces, and then I got my Libra Ryan in the house. As each and every one of you guys are notified that we're live, I want to say thank you so very, very much for being a part of this platform and what this platform has to offer melanated people. What's up, my baby Scorpio? I also want to say salutations to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of them. What's up, my 6 and 9 in the house? What's up, Demetrius, my Gemini? My Aquarius came in, and then my Gemini. I want to speak to each and every one of you guys. I want to say this. Those that do not know, I have said this in various of lives that I have been in, so I'm going to repeat it and then I'm going to explain it because this is my day of power and I want to teach you conjure, I want to teach you mysticism and all those good things, but we have to have clarity. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm not an air sign. I'm not a water sign. I'm not an earth sign. I understand each one of those energies. I want to make sure that we all clear because I keep repeating myself, and a Sag and a Gemini do not like repeating themselves because I know I communicate very clearly. My beliefs are deeply rooted in the ETRs. I never told anybody I was a Christian. I said I'm an apostle, prophet, and I work in the confinements of Christianity. Yahshua wasn't a Christian, and neither am I. I understand that Christianity got a lot of its pointers and information out of Kemet, which is Egyptology. I've said that over and over. So just like Donald Trump is not a Christian, neither am I. I do not teach the concepts of the Bible the way that traditional preachers and evangelists and pastors teach the Word of God. Because I know it's metaphoric. I know that it's esoteric. I know that it is derived out of necromancy, the raising of the dead, the veneration of the ancestors. That's why you supposedly worship Christ, the dead man that rose from the dead, that sits at the right hand of the Father. So you all believe in necromancy. And the idea comes out of Kemet, which is, I've never told anybody. I never told anybody I was a good person. I never told anybody I was a bad person. I've never said that. I don't have to enunciate. Let the fruit bear and speak for itself. You don't make a tree good or evil. You watch the fruit that bear from the tree. That's what I teach. Universal laws. I understand Christ consciousness. I don't have a problem with people thinking I practice witchcraft or sorcery or any other thing that they think I practice, because they have a right to their own opinion. It doesn't make it true. It doesn't validate. It doesn't make me any less than a vessel of the Most High, any less chosen, any less favored, any less charmed. So people have a right to be where they are in their reality. It's when they try to implement or force these things. I'm going to say this again because I've said this multiple occasions and multiple times. When you're in Christianity, none of the ATRs operate like Christianity. They do not teach or believe in the concepts of Christianity. So when you leave out of Christianity and trying to impose your belief system in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Najis, trust me, you're not the only one that think I don't have power. When I got into these other traditions, they had to learn, because when they found out that I was a preacher and a pastor, they have all categorized, especially black men and women, that they don't have no real power. They soon learn how much real power I really had. But the concept is the level of ignorance of most Christian people that call themselves Christian. I have tried to discuss this over and over, and I also said to men and women, if you have problems with male authority, you're going to have problems with male energy, frequency, and vibration. If you got problems with females, you're going to have problems with feminine energy. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or bi. I don't care. I've said this over and over. What is not, and I want to give this example before we get into what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give this example because a lot of people be in their feelings. You don't know who I'm talking to, and neither is it any of your business. All you need to be concerned is the message, not people that are involved in my message. Because I use my mama. Triranda was there. I was preaching about my mom, and she walked in my church and said, I hear you talking about me, and I continue to preach. That's the mother that birthed me in the world. I don't care. If I use myself as an example and be transparent, I have a right to minister utilizing real life situations so people could relate to those situations. I can preach about the boy that cried wolf, and he's not a real, but the message is real. I can preach a message about the 3 little pigs, and you know that the 3 little pigs don't exist, but the moral to the story is building your house with bricks. So when the wolf comes, he can't huff and puff and blow your house down. And what I tell people about, I'm a seer. I'm a reader of energy. A lot of y'all don't know how to be upset about something and address what you're upset about. So I want to say this to everybody, whether you work with me or don't work with me. If you don't do things in the open, I will not do it in the open. If you have a problem with Chief Apostle Eli, if that Bo, Demetrius, Triranda, it is advisable, because I am a true fire sign, to not make it a group thing. Individually text me, especially if you have my number. I would verify your feelings and your ideas beforehand, before you step in the arena of other people. And then I got to be a parent. I got to check everybody, because I don't want no confusion. This is not acceptable. I've said this over many times. I'm not the man you laid down with. I'm not the man that birthed you in the world. I'm not the man that you had your baby, your child from. I'm not none of them people. I don't tolerate. I don't have to, and I don't tolerate But I'm here for melanated people. And I base those teachings and methodology out of truth. Because if it's good for me to call out Monique, if it's good enough for me to call out Sister Tree Rhonda, if it's good enough for me to call out my sister or my family or my children, or Heather, let's talk about the mother of the church. If I can call her out at 70 years old and challenge her feelings and her beliefs, I've been doing this ever since I was a child. I'm here to help melanated people. I'm not here to patronize anybody. I'm not here to make you feel something that you shouldn't be feeling. What I teach is anchored in the truth. And I'm a sage. I don't speak nothing unless I know what I'm talking about. And it has been verified. I come with receipts. Let me tell you something, because I don't know why you keep talking about my exes. My ex-wives all know, and my baby mama know this about me. Don't say something to me that you don't mean. I'm not the type of man that you say something to that I won't hold you to it. Don't tell me it's my pussy if it's not my pussy. Don't tell me if you're gonna call me a low down dirty nigga, a short dick nigga, a low life nigga, I'm fine with that, because I always play Jeopardy. I always ask any woman that says, or man says something to me, is that your final answer, Alex? I need to know that you saying what you mean and mean what you say, because I'm damn sure gonna make you stand by it. Talk to anybody. That's my mama. That's my sister. That's my brothers. I'm the type of nigga, if you say something to me, I'm like, Tree Rhonda just got to talking about how I tried to talk her out their marriage. And then she went all the way through, and I told her, no, you gonna marry him. You don't have us to spend this money and this time. Oh, you gonna ride this. You gonna stand by this. As much as I disagree with this, and I think it's dumb and stupid, and I had a lot of adjectives. But like always, I don't tell nobody what to do. I don't even tell my children what to do. I have one child in California, one in Georgia, and one that stay around here that don't even fuck with me. That's how real I have been. That's how transparent. I just recently started talking to my mother after years, and I still have her on this very day blocked. I just blocked my auntie I think a month ago when she came with the BS. I don't have to. With grown people, if you want my help, then receive my help. But don't deflect on me. Don't say things that you don't have clarity. And let me say something about my character, and Tree Rhonda can vouch for this. I'm very confrontational. The last thing I'm gonna do is talk behind somebody back. Tree Rhonda will tell you, I walked in her mama and daddy's house. When I say I'm not nothing to be played up with, I would never talk behind your back. Anything I say to you, I done said it to your face. That's how I've always been. It got me in trouble in the sense of people not liking me, but I can live with it. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a fire sign. I can really live and move on with my life. I do all these things and send y'all to my website to keep y'all from running into this fire. Because a lot of y'all think you right, and you're not. And you ain't woman enough, you ain't man enough to correct yourself like I do. When I fall short, if I get something wrong, nobody got to chase me down. I apologize. That was my mistake. That was my misunderstanding. I don't make anybody do anything. I suggest. Cause however it turn out, that's your life. I'm on this kick about parasite killing, annihilation, and murder of parasites. I ain't forcing nobody. Cause I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my house, my temple, my anointing, what my destiny calls for. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I offer parasite candles. I just, by the suggestion of my baby Scorpio, I created an incense. Demetrius and my baby Scorpio are the first purchaser of my incense. I gotta get it out. But they want. I don't do favoritism. When somebody show up for me, I show up for them. It's just that simple. I'm not these men that you're accustomed to dealing with. And most of y'all look up to white men. And you think it's okay to downplay black men. Because the way you handle crackers, you would not handle. I mean, the way that you handle crackers, you don't think you owe black men any type of respect. But I'm the type of person, you ain't got to like me, but you going to respect me. I want everybody to grow. Not some people, I want everybody to grow. But I don't make nobody ride that. If you want it, get it. If you don't, fine. That's why I take care of myself. The reason why I showed you all Minister Mario, son of Ochose's headstone, because there were people that had donated, and it took almost 2 years for this person to get this. And this is the thing. That's not what I paid for. The first person I showed that headstone to was his daughter. The moment she told me she liked it and it was nice, I was going to bite that bullet. The second person I told and showed it was Mother Susan, because she helped me take care of Minister Mario, son of Ochose. And that's when I went outside of those two people for you to see what you invested your money into. I'm a verified person. And none of you all don't realize the level of gravity that I really carry. Because you don't live my life. And I have to deal with so many different personalities. And I'm only doing this because I should not have, it's clear as I explain instructions. If baby Scorpio wants to know something, you know what she's gonna do? And she's in her 20s. She's gonna inbox me or text me outside of the group. Stormy, text me outside the group. Monique, text me out. Demetrius, Ryan. Everybody got access to these groups. But if they want to know something personal with Chief Apostle or Kingmaker, the list goes on and on. And I can address the situation accordingly. Bo does it as well. They all post in these groups. But when they want to talk to me about something, they go to their own personal thread with Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. And they get their clarity that they're looking for. That is the wisest thing that I can offer anybody. I'm not the one you do that with. Because I earn my respect. And I work hard for everybody. And if you don't have respect for that, then I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm not sorry. I don't care. I'm not gonna let nobody. I won't even let my mom disrespect me. I won't do it. I won't let my siblings. I want my children. I done been tried just like everybody else, but my outcome gonna be totally different because I stand on what I say I believe. And if it costs me a relationship, that's what it gonna be. I didn't stop talking to my mom for 2 days, 2 hours, it was years. I don't have time for it. So for everybody, FYI, if you need to solve some grievances or issues with Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., I don't encourage you to do it in the open. Because I came up raised by Virgo, and I was taught where you show eye at, that's where you get dealt with. That's just how it is. I'm a very smart man. I can hear Mother Susan up. She got way more experience than I. Let me tell you something. I'm smarter than my mom. I just ain't wiser than my mom. My mother has lived longer. But I am really smart, and the reason I say that because she one trained me. That Virgo trained me to think. I don't just walk around with my power and anointing. I walk around with strategic plans that are verifiable. When I'm working for you, what's up, my Natasha Foster, my Aquarius aphrodisiac from North Carolina? I want everybody to know I'm somebody you can talk to. You can't run bullshit on me. And how you manipulate other people. Let me tell you this example. You can break in somebody's house and get hurt. All y'all with the hurt feeling and you feel some type of way. You can still be in the wrong and still be hurt. You can mess with somebody's wife or husband and get hurt. They put witchcraft conjure on your ass and you suffer consequences. You're still not the victim. That wife or husband is. But they were proactive with your monkey ass. As black people, especially come out of church, you feel that your feelings matter more than facts. I had this one girl come to me about the guy she was seeing. And I said these words. I knew she was going to leave once I said that. But I don't care. I said, you want me to get on him because you decided as a grown woman to get him some free pussy? And now that it ain't working out, you want me to... I'm not doing that. I'm not here to avenge your pussy. Now, if you could bring me some facts that he raped you, then I'm still not the person to talk to. You need to call the police. You need to get your rape kit going on and get you some evidence and try to put this nigga away for taking your cat. But if that did not happen, you are grown. This is why I love my membership, because black people need to understand how much involved that the ATRs are. And if you can't economically keep up with the membership, you most certainly can't operate. A lot of y'all problem is because you cannot fund your fantasy when it comes down to the ATRs. And you want everybody to feel like you got scammed when you didn't have sufficient funds. You lack sufficient funds. You lack sufficient funds. And because you think that that's a lot of money, that don't mean I think that's a lot of money. Remember, you are outside looking in. And you don't have a right to project on other people that live this life. I'm not a man sometimes. I'm a man 24/7. That's what I'm digging down your daddy and your granddaddy and the dog. And if that kangaroo get any kind of way, I'll bust his ass too. I have no shame in my game. I'm private and I'm discreet. But don't confuse that with a shame. I'm straightforward with people. I'm upfront with people. For the mere fact that I don't need us getting into no crossfire. Because I don't have friendly fire. I don't have one type of fire. Always be man enough or woman enough to correct what you messed up. There's no sense in burning down a bridge you don't have to burn down. And don't play games with me when you really mad about something else. Because I tell my ex, you sure you want to say that to me? See, I'm the type of man, if you say I don't fuck with you no more, and I ask you, are you sure? And I go knock off your sister, don't get mad at me. Because remember, you said you didn't want to fuck with me now, and I'm going to fuck. Even if it got to be your mama. I'm going to get my groove on. So be careful. Because there's some men and women that I hear. That's why we talk about the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Some people you can play with. Some people you can't. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Because I'm going to make you eat them. You gonna stand on that. You gonna stand on business. That's why I let everybody choose how you want to come in and all this. Cause I don't want nobody lying on me. Talking about I force anybody into Haitian voodoo or Risha or Palo Miambe or any type of services that I give. I encourage people that resonate with me. That's as far as I go. And that's why I can speak to you even if you ain't keep your word. I can still be delightful to you. You know why? Because that ain't my life. If you were fucking with my life, then you'll get another side to Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. But since that you can do what you want with your life and your whatever reality you in. Okay? I want to talk about something that is very necessary on my day of power. I've only Christian people have a rape mentality when it comes to their belief system. You can't enforce your beliefs or how you see things on other people. Even though I tell you my boundaries, my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. I have said countless of times, I am never going to teach or tell somebody to turn the other cheek unless I'm getting some ass. I'm very clear about that. I don't believe in that. I'm not gonna let you slap nail side of these jaws. Huh? Now I can feel your jaws, but you ain't gonna slap me and not get away with it. No. That ain't my belief system. That ain't how I'm wired. That is not what I would teach anybody. That's male or female. And that's the real. And I still ain't mad. I just want clarity. Just in case somebody else try certain things, I have already said, so however I choose to handle it, it's up to me. Because I have been clear. And a fire sign, when they telling you don't go there with them, My subject on tonight is prepare for the vengeance you see. Be prepared for the vengeance you see. And I want to talk about this in the I'm going to be coming from Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, verse 35. And the word vengeance is an act of inflicting injury, harm, or humiliation on someone in retaliation for a perceived that have been done to oneself or somebody close to you. When you perceive that you have been done wrong, vengeance is in order. Not that you think you've been done wrong because you got hurt in the situation. A lot of people that live a life of conistry, con artists, conning people, and when they get beat at their own game, they hurt. When a liar get tripped up by their own lies, they hurt. When somebody get caught for cheating or being unfaithful, they hurt. Those are real feelings. But that don't make you the victim. That doesn't mean that somebody wronged you. You still wrong those people. When you come out the hotel and your wife done flattened every one tire you got, even a spare tire, you still ain't a victim. You in covenant with her, and you in the hotel with a man or a woman or both. Yeah, you on all flats, and you still ain't the victim. This is why when I say truth matters and facts matter, because when you're working with eternal energy that cannot be destroyed, you don't need to be setting something in motion because you perceive yourself or see yourself in the right and you're not in the right. And that's very vengeance that you trying to wish or prey upon somebody else, you're going to end up with it in your own life. That's why you need verification. That's why you need proper divination. You don't need to be the type of person running around waiting until you hear what you want to hear. You should be seeking the truth. I'm going to say that again. You should be seeking the truth. And wherever you fall on that will be determined whether you're looking for vengeance or you looking for mercy. Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, verse 35. To me belongs vengeance and recompense. Recompense means payback. Their foot shall slide in due time. God gonna make that way slippery for them. They think they won't be able to stand, okay? It says, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things thou that shall come upon them make haste. So it's going to happen quick, fast, and in a hurry. The reason why some of you don't see vengeance on certain people, because you ain't the person that's in the right. You only feel like you in the right. You done cheated in every relationship that you done been in. Now you want justice. You need therapy. You don't need a spell, you don't need conjure. You need therapy. So what I want to introduce to Christians, even in this text, that the kingdom is within you. Vengeance belongs to your spirit and your spirit man and your ancestors. You should not have to operate in your flesh to be avenged of your adversary as a spiritual man or woman. There's weapons that are mighty through God and the pulling down of strongholds that you ain't got to get a charge when you have been wrong. And now I want to be clear that the God in you is the God in you, the higher self in you. It's the one that does the manifestation. Not this God on the outside that you keep looking to avenge you. That's why you need to be anointed. That's why you need to be appointed. That's why you need to be gifted. That's why you need certain tools so you can avenge yourself of these people that have done you wrong. So you say. It says a vengeance is the act of afflicting injury. So I'm not going to go around as a Christian talking about I'm not trying to hurt nobody when I'm praying prayers like this. I'm going to say that again. You can't go around professing you don't hurt not even a fly, and you got rain in your house. Either you're trying to operate like God or goddess, or you're trying to be something of dogma and religion has taught you how to be docile and let people walk over you. I don't teach that. I'm going to say this again. I don't teach that, and I don't give those examples. Trerona been with me 30 years. Show me where I let somebody walk over me. I don't care what the situation, whether it was small or minute, or whether it was big and large. When IRS came for me, I challenged them. People done seen me in a lot of situations. Show me where I got walked over. I didn't even let the doctors walk over me. That's why I'm healed. I want you to understand that the intention of vengeance is to bring harm and or humiliation. That's when roasting people, clowning people, because all that's a part of vengeance. When you thought you were going to be able to snatch the rug from under me and you thought you were going to have the last laugh, I play chess. I don't play checkers. I'm always going to come out on top. Because you don't know how to subdue your enemies, don't mean I don't. I don't call everybody an enemy. I'm not looking for a reason to be jaded. I'm not walking around this beautiful world. When people ask me how life treating me, I say life is treating me fine. It's the niggas in it. The ministry, fine. It's niggas. The job is fine. It's niggas. The company is fine. It's niggas. So I ain't gonna never tell nobody I ain't never hurt nobody. I ain't gonna tell nobody I never spiritually killed anybody. I ain't gonna say that because that'd be a lie. But all this affliction and harm and humiliation is because of out of retaliation for a wrong that has been committed. Do I choose to bring charges against everybody that do me wrong? No, I don't. If I wanted to, I could. I will be well within my sovereign rights. I didn't make you lie on me. So if I want to do a spell to rotten out your tongue or give you throat cancer, I'll be well within my rights. Because you're trying to utilize that gossip and that slander to ruin my chances of membership, to ruin my chances of somebody coming to see me. You're getting in the way of my money. Christians gonna get you fucked up. Christianity gonna get you fucked up in Ephah. The more dangerous African science is, the more your mentality. You want other people to trust you, but you're behaving in a distrustful manner. And what's so sad about the whole situation, I wasn't even talking about you. You weren't even on my mind. And I don't have to explain to nobody, no fucking body, why I'm teaching or preaching what I teach and preach. I get that from Egum. I get that. I'm a revelatory preacher and pastor and apostle. That means that the spirit of revelation, things are revealed to me. And I'm here to minister to all sorts of people in different conditions. If somebody see this video 10 years from now, they're going to be relate. Then we got Romans, the 12th chapter, verse 19. I keep trying to tell y'all need to work on y'all as an individual. Because what these ceremonies I'm going through and dealing with and taking y'all to the next level, the higher you go, the more you're going to be held accountable. Repercussions can come a lot swifter the stronger you get in these spirits. So I hope you're aware of that. Romans the 12th chapter, verse 19. It said, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, which means God's wrath. And it says, for it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord. Then David said, I said, my Lord said unto my Lord, sit down at my right hand while I make your enemies your footstool. You have no idea. And Lord is a title. A male or a female spirit can be a Lord. A male or a female can be a master. Because your perception is one way, that doesn't make it true. Those are the facts. That's why I go out my way of explaining, so you don't dwell in the ignorance. You can be ignorant, but you don't have to dwell in that ignorance, because I give out gems every live. Here he said, don't avenge yourself. Listen to this real carefully and give place to wrath. Elohim, Gabor. Also Elohim, Gabora. These are the divine names that will get you. You got to be strong in these divine names that will avenge you. You don't know enough spiritual lawyers, spiritual good lawyers that know how to plead your case. And you have not been around intelligent people, because you wouldn't do so much to admit stupid shit. I told Mother Sue, I don't have dumb conversations. I won't have them with my children. I won't have them with my mom. I won't have, especially when it comes to spirituality, because I take that very, very seriously. I don't come over here on live to talk stupid, ignorant. I'm not going to waste not only your time, I ain't going to waste my time. You see what I'm saying? And when you try to do me like this and utilize my platform, this setting, let me explain to you this. I have a Bible degree. I'm well educated. And that's why I know bullshit when I see it. And I know the lack of knowledge you have about where things derive from. I'm talking to Christian because I'm not a Christian. I speak of Christ consciousness. I speak that I do black magic. That's what I say. I deal with the black arts. I deal with African traditional religions. I don't give a fuck about what Christian people think because they don't even know the God they talking about. That's why they always getting checked by somebody. We had a lady, her name was Bambi, and she was a streetwalker. But she grew up in church and she knew her Bible. Do you not know the saints would get mad because that woman knew her Bible better than they did? They was trying to deliver her and cast out spirits out of her. And she said, no, that you ain't quote that right. When you out there trying to defend a gospel or a tradition, when you're not educated or skilled in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you out there call yourself trying to reprimand me, an elder. And it shows your level of disrespect. To challenge me is to challenge everything that I stand for. And I know that's not what you were going for. But you don't reprimand me. You're not in a place. Just like I won't let my children reprimand me. My mother reprimands me. My grandmother, those elders. That's what's wrong with black people in the church. You think because you having a problem that you can handle these vessels any kind of way. You think because you're upset, it justifies your behavior. Oya doesn't care. Centella doesn't care. I don't have any spirit in my spiritual court, including my ancestors. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. The facts remain. We in 2,000 years of facts. If you ain't standing on facts, ain't standing on feelings, you're going to find yourself in a lot of bad places. And if you ain't ready to grow up, even though you age appropriate, you're going to find yourself in some situation going against certain people. You ain't had no business talking like that. I'm gonna let you know something about Apostle. I'm a warrior. And there ain't nobody that I do conjure for, I don't know their weakness. I can knock anybody's ass down that I want to. I'm just not that person. I learned from my mother how to target and spot people's weaknesses. So if you ever get to a place that you think you're going to handle me a certain type of way, I know how to adventure myself. If I wanted to bring down members that ever, that's their prerogative. But I want you to understand, I'm a strategist, a spiritual strategist. And it don't take me long. If I get 2 minutes with you, I can tell you where your weakness is. Since I'm not a manipulator, I actually teach people to strengthen their weaknesses. But if I want to bring your house down, it won't take much. It's the level of disrespect. You cannot use your emotional state as a reason why you handle certain people that you claim to trust. And I have to allow you to disrespect me or this platform because you have an emotional fit. You check that shit at the door. I'm not that kind of man. I never have and never will be. Let me give you this last one. Luke, the 18th chapter, verse 3. It said, and there was a widow I want you to understand, not a bishop, not an apostle, not a prophet, not a pastor, not a teacher. Event. There was a widow, and the widow's supposed to be taken care of by the church. Anyway, in that city, and she came unto him, the unjust judge, and said, saying, avenge me of my adversary. The reason why I'm using this particular scripture is that you can get to be avenged even when it's not somebody of what you call a moral compass. Melanated people getting vengeance, and God is using Donald Trump to get that vengeance. You got to know the handiwork of God. You can complain about a system that is against you, and when it starts falling, you try to support it. You should be coming together as melanated people in order to create a new system by which we can live and thrive. We have done it with Black Wall Street. It's not something that has not been done before. And what was done before can be done again. Because we are our ancestors and our ancestors are us. We're not helpless. We're not hopeless. And aren't you tired of playing footsie with Cassidy? As you can see, I pastor black people, and I deal with most of my clients are black, and y'all a handful. To be wrong is two left shoes and hurt or offended. Why would I let somebody of less intelligent? I'm 52 years old. I'm a seer. I'm a person that read, and you can get offended by what I say, but you don't think I was offended by what you said. This is what I told my mother-in-law. I said, you ain't offended for telling me that I need witchcraft to put on your daughter to be, because it's nothing appealing. Oh, I ain't saying, because you got to convince me why I'm going to use witchcraft to take care of somebody that don't work. That's not how we use witchcraft. We use witchcraft for our personal benefit, personal gain. And that's not a gain to me. And so when I said to her in response to that, who do you think your daughter is? And when I said what I said, because I ain't got to say everything I said, because I'm a sage, so you know I said much. She got offended. I watch black people. You offended, not because you lied on me, because I called a lie. Because I didn't want the lie to ruin my reputation, or the lie to ruin the perception of people concerning me. If you're going to practice ATRs, then practice ATRs. If you're going to practice Christianity and dogma, then go ahead. If you're going to be an atheist, then go. You're grown. But when somebody is constantly telling you that their beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs, that means that that's where their foundation is. And the reason why God is allowed to avenge me of my adversary, because I'm not a mess starter. I'm a type of person that try to teach you first. If you looking at all of my endeavors with melanated people, even when somebody's wrong, I'm still trying to get them a way out. I'm still trying to show them, I'm trying to cast light. But when you a type of person and want to be right about everything, and even when you're wrong, you're going to be stubborn about it, that's your business. Because it don't make it right then, tomorrow, or 5 years from now. My mama said when you start out wrong, you're going to end up wrong. So you allowing time to go on to justify somebody's behavior I've told everybody here, I don't forget nothing. I don't forget nothing nobody do for me or to me. That's what y'all heard out of me. I don't know where you coming up with these other interpretations of Chief Apostle Samuel E. Jr., but I ain't never said that. And I can see how y'all deal in relationship, cause y'all, that man or that woman ain't even said that, and you come up with a whole nother what they call it, another set of lyrics, another set of strip that was not even said or articulated out of that person's mouth. And you trying to stand on that. But the facts are against you. I'm going to say it again. The facts are against you. When you want to operate in vengeance, you cannot proclaim to be a person that don't hurt nobody. I can't do defensive magic and not hurt nobody, or offensive magic. Because if you come over there trying to mess with my prosperity and my health and my well-being, you going to get hurt. And depending on, you might get hurt, you might get injured, or you might get humiliated, or you might get all three. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope that you actually understand my job. That I'm not here to preach about anybody. I don't have to. I use real life situations in order for people to be able to relate. Because what I have found out, black people lie to themselves. And so therefore, if you relate to something, you have a better idea of truth. And say, you know what, I do that. I do make molehills out of mountains. I do stretch the truth. I do have misleading conversations. I do send mixed signals. So how you gonna do real magic and you have all these behaviors? You think the Loas are gonna understand? You think the Orishas gonna understand? You think the Mpungo gonna understand? You think your answer? Nobody understand that. It said a double-minded man is unstable in all his or her ways. Not some. If I want to do something, I want y'all to know this about me. Whether you've been following me 2 days, 2 hours, or 20, 50 years. If I want to say something to you, I do not have the courage that these other people have. That as long as they're behind a phone or camera or a keyboard, they are courageous. But what I say on today, I would say it in anybody's face. You're not in a place that brings that level of fear. I respect all people, whether they practicing magic or not. I'm decent. If you don't disrespect me, you don't have to have no problem me disrespecting you. I want you to learn that that's not how you handle a man of God of my status. That's not how you address me. Not today or ever. Because I have been there for a lot of y'all. And I'm not gonna receive any disrespect from nobody. Whether I work with you or you believe in me or you don't. I don't want I want Mother Susan at 70 years old to know this, that you are the mother of the church. And if you disrespect me, you can get this smoke. I don't know how clear I got to be. I can be talked to. I can be reasoned with. I have a reputation. that I'm that type of person. But you're not gonna talk to me like you talk to those men in your life, cause I ain't gonna put up with it. Let me explain something to y'all men. When a woman feel hurt, she don't care about truth. I had a member of my church. I used to try to get her to go out and witness for the church. And these are her very words. What I'm supposed to do, walk up to a complete stranger and witness? But when she got mad with me and she wanted to bring my church down, she would walk under complete strangers. The things that a woman won't do for you or do with you, she'll do it against you. And don't put that above no. And I'm talking about the good women. I ain't even talking about the ratchet ones. What a woman, my mama told me this about a woman. She said, son, what a woman will do to get you don't mean she'll do that to keep you. When I say the ways of a woman are something treacherous, and that's air woman, air sign, water sign, fire sign, or earth sign. So I want you to know at 52 years old, I'm not delusional. And what a woman will do, she go get somebody else that think that they can do something with you. But she wouldn't spend that money to support you. But she'll spend that kind of money to bring you down. And call me a lie. Call me a lie. I'm not standing because I'm a fool. I'm standing because I know how to stand and for God to avenge me and my adversaries. All right. Thank you so much. If you need, some of you out need that parasite incense, please, sir, ma'am, do yourself a favor and purchase that. If you want an incense burn, after we go off the air, just y'all know how to do it. Send me the Zelle or the PayPal. Tonight is a good night on my day of power. I've been elevated. I've been strengthening myself to get prepared for this psychic class. Do yourself a favor and get your space and get your spot. All right? God bless.